always, I have already primed my skin with the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. This stuff is amazing. So what I'm going to do right now is to fill in my brows. I am using the ColourPop eyebrow pencil in black brown. You can get it from ColourPop's website for only like $5. That's why I really love it, and plus it works amazing. So what I normally do is to draw a line on the top of my brow, the bottom, fill them in, and then I use the spoolie that's on the other end to blend out the front of the brow because you don't want your brows to be harsh at all. So now what I'm using is some concealer, the LA Girl Pro concealers. These are my favorite concealers and they're only $3. And I'm using the LA Girl Pro concealer in Fawn to outline my brows and clean them up a little bit. So I'm just going to draw a line on the top, draw a line on the bottom, and then blend it out. Let's go ahead and move on to the eyes. Now I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Espresso. This is a skin tone concealer for me, so I just dab that on my eyelid and pat it with my finger, and then I'm going to apply a setting powder on top of it just so that my eyeshadows will blend seamlessly and evenly. So the first color that I'm going to grab it out of my Morphe Brushes 35W palette. This palette is super duper amazing and affordable as well. I'm using this kind of like caramel color, and I'm going to apply it in sweeping motions back and forth on my crease, well, above my crease. It's going to serve as my transition color. So you build that up, focus more color on the outer, and then blend back and forth on the inner. I'm going to apply another like caramel color in the actual crease this time, just to give me a little bit more depth. Now this is gonna be a halo look. We're gonna kind of like push the envelope today. So for a halo look, what you want to do is to apply a color on the outside, then the inner. You guys will see what I'm talking about in a little bit. And then I'm going to take a smaller precision brush to connect the two. I'm digging in that same Morphe Brushes 35W palette and using this warm brown color. So you can see me connecting the line so that it leaves this little pocket in the middle. Now the brown wasn't as tense as I wanted to be, so I still digging in that same palette. I'm going to take that dark purple that's in the palette, and with a smaller brush I'm going to apply that on top of the brown, and I'm going to of course pat it on the outside, the inside, and then get in the crease with that brush so that I can connect the two together and leave that pocket. Now as my base, I'm going to be using MAC's Paint Pot in Painterly, and I did a video to show you how to revive your paint pots, so don't throw them away. I'm going to show you how to revive your paint pots, and I'm just applying that as a base for the next shadow that I'm going to use. And I'm going to dig in my BH Cosmetics 120 palette, the 3rd edition one, and I'm going to take a bright pink and I'm going to pop that on the inside of my lid. You always got to go back and blend, so that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to move on to the face, take a break from the eyes, and I am using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I used this in my last video and I loved it so much I had to use it again. This is like my favorite drugstore foundation now. So I'm just going to apply that to my face with my Beauty Blender sponge. This next step, I cannot tell you how much I love it, and y'all have to try it. So I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Espresso. This is, again, that skin tone concealer. This concealer is so thick and it's so creamy. What it does is it gives you this airbrush look. So always go in with the skin tone concealer first, preferably the LA Girl Pro concealers, because it gives you that airbrush look and it blurs out your pores. Trust me, you'll have a flawless face once you do that. And then you'll go in with a lighter concealer, which I'm going to do the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in Cafe right here to highlight. So I'm going to highlight the areas that I normally highlight, which is underneath my eye, down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, around my mouth, and my chin. And blend that concealer out with your Beauty Blender sponge. Look how perfect that looks. 2 concealers, guys, and I'm telling you, you will look flawless. So now I'm going back to Old Faithful, my Sacha Buttercup setting powder. I'm never going to get rid of it. So I am going to set the areas that I applied the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I'm going to apply this powder on top of it. Now let's go back to the eyes. I'm going to show you a trick. You guys can see that my eyeshadow transfer because I have a little bit of a hooded lid. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. And what I'm going to do next is apply MAC Mixing Medium. This stuff is amazing. I'm going to apply that on top of the pink eyeshadow, and it's going to prevent my eyeshadows from transferring. It's good for pigments, glitters, and even eyeshadows that transfer. This is the star of the show. I am using the NYX Vivid Brights eyeliner, and it's in Vivid Petals. So I'm going to do a double wing today, a pink one and a black one. And what I've learned is that it's better to do the pink one first. The eyeliner that you're going to put on top, you want to just go ahead and draw a wing with that one first, and then go back with your bottom liner, which is going to be the black one for me, to draw my double wing. That's the easiest way to do it. Not sure if I told you, but I'm using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. Now I'm going to use my NYX what is it called? Waterless pencil? Something like that. All products will be listed in the description box below. It's just a nude eyeliner. I'm going to put that in my waterline, and then I'm going to apply the same pink eyeshadow that I have on my lid. I'm going to apply that in my waterline as well. Now I'm blending that dark brown and the dark purple that's in the Morphe Brushes palette. I'm blending that together underneath my, my bottom lash line. Don't forget to add some mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara today. The lashes that I'm going to be using for this look are the Vegas Nail Lashes. I just cannot remember which ones they are, so I will have them listed in the description box below as well. So finishing off the face, it's time to contour. What I'm going to be using is my Black Radiance Pressed Powder in Ebony, and I am going to apply that underneath my cheekbones with my MAC contouring brush. I'm going to apply that on my forehead, on the sides of my nose, and a little bit on my chin as well. The blush that I'm going to be using today is going to be from my NYX blush palette in dark, and I'm using that peach and the pink tone together, and I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. Now I'm going to do the same thing that I did in my last video. I'm mixing two highlighters together. They're the Physician Formula ones that I found at Walmart. I love these. So I'm going to apply that on the tops of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. I cannot put this stuff down. I love it. So finishing off with lips, I'm going to line my lips with NYX Espresso Lip Liner. And the lip that I'm going to be using today is Milani's, and it is Matte Blissful. It's this very pretty. So this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I really truly appreciate you guys. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat as well as Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube channel name, KimAllure. And I will see you ladies in my next video. Bye.